Hello and welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. So this is a review for Rabbit Punch, released on the 10th of April 1948. It's the 520th in the series, and it's directed by Chuck Jones. Unfortunately, it is under copyright, so I can't show you the full cartoon in this review, but you can see this on the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 3. I think it's on HBO Max, because I know there's a HD version around, but I'll get one of you guys in the comments to confirm that. And once again, here's the synopsis for the cartoon in case you haven't seen it. Yet during a very uneven boxing match, Bugs cries foul, but ends up being made the new opponent in the boxing match against the champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in this corner we have from the United States, Mr. Manny Cruz versus a champion from Australia, Anthony's Animation Talk.
Hey, man, you did better than me. you win. You're the champion. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Before we get into discussion, just a quick bit of trivia in relation to this short. So this one has the first appearance of Crusher. And Crusher, who's actually not named Crusher in this short, but essentially he's Crusher, he would actually make a return later on in a somewhat follow-up short, Bunny Hugged, that Chuck Jones also did, which was a slight reworking of this short, but that one's wrestling, this one is boxing, and of course we know that boxing's not real and wrestling is. We all know that, don't we?
Of course.
One thing we will discuss shortly is just how similar in structure this short is to Baseball Bugs, with a lot of gags being similar. And there is a gag at the end, which involves Bugs cutting the film, and we don't really see an ending. That was actually reused from My Favorite Duck, where in that one they described the ending as supposedly happening, but this one just ends, which I think is pretty amusing. And finally, not to get too gruesome here, but I do have to say it, the title itself, okay, Rabbit Punch makes sense amazingly in the context of this short. It's not just some random rabbit pun slapped on a cartoon that has nothing to do with the title, but here it's also based off a boxing term, which is, as I understand it, a dangerous punch to the back of the head which could end up paralyzing someone, and was made illegal in boxing around that time too. It's also a technique hunters use to kill rabbits in hunts. So, sorry to be gruesome, folks.
Gruesome, isn't it?
That's right. But let's go over this cartoon. So, look, you mentioned this to me before, but this one's a childhood favorite. I watched this one tons on VHS. Remember that, kids? VHS? I love this one. I absolutely love it. The gags are brilliant. I can't get enough of it. I mean, what are your thoughts on this short?
Same thing. I used to see this one a lot on TV, on I think TNT, again back in the 1990s, and very funny cartoon. You know, Jones during this period in the late 40s. Love the way that he designs Bugs. I love all the jokes fly really well, and it was nice to rewatch this cartoon. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's one of the best cartoons of this year, and just really funny. And there was a few things that I picked up on, some musical things that, again, I didn't notice as a kid. For starters, the song that you hear in the opening titles, and you hear it twice throughout the cartoon at round 48 and 73, is Black Horse Troop by John Philip Sousa, the King of Marches. I didn't notice that a piece of music from Felix Mendelssohn is played when Bug starts narrating the fight.
Moving in like a tornado, the champ is confused, he doesn't know which way to look. Bugs lands a beauty to the solar plexus, a right to the jaw, a 120-inch step, 4 fast rabbit punches to the kidneys, a left hook, a right hook.
I think it's Ruy Blas Overture.
What a fight! The champ is groggy! The champ is down.
And then later on, you hear another piece from Mendelssohn, of course, the very famous, let me see if I can do it in German, Frühlingslied, or the spring song. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. And another spring song you hear later on in the cartoon is Frühlingsstimme, or the Voices of Spring, in the very funny part when Bug starts skating with the grease that Crusher left. One other thing too that I didn't notice until I looked it up, but another example why Carl Stalling was so great at musical puns. The song that you hear in the background is called "Confidentially" by Harry Warren.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue with this picture.
And I was like, oh wow, I didn't even notice that. So that was like, oh cool, just a little bit of a music geek trivia. But yeah,
Music humor.
just
Of
so
course, of course.
so many great jokes.
And apologies to our German viewers too if Manny's butchered the German language there, but no, I'm sure everyone will get the point, because I will have all the titles of the songs scrolling up on screen at some point in this review. But as I mentioned before, this one is very similar in structure to Baseball Bugs. And do you prefer this one or Baseball Bugs in terms of how the gags are done?
I would say, because I used to watch both of these a lot, and I love both of these cartoons. But I think overall the timing of the jokes in Baseball Bugs is slightly better because, again, Frizz was a master of timing. And my own personal bias, because I'm not a boxing fan, but I am a fan of baseball. So Baseball Bugs is one of my favorite Warner Brothers shorts in general. And this is definitely a great Bugs Bunny cartoon and one of Jones's best, but I got to give the edge to Baseball Bugs in this manner.
And weirdly enough, I give the edge to this one because I saw this one so many times. Baseball Bugs I never even saw until the Looney Tunes Golden Collection, which is weird, I know, but that's just how it is with me. But can we also, I want to point out a few funny things in this short. I mean, look, first of all, I love the fact that there's so many rounds. I mean, boxing typically has, X amount of rounds, and then if there's no knockout, it's decided on points, but here it just keeps on going and going and going. It's just like, why? We gotta love the names though. The of the two initial boxes we have, of course, Crusher is known here as Battling Magoo. But who's the other one? Because you found out what this actually means too.
So when I was watching this one, I had it with because I like watching stuff with a closed caption, and I noticed that the challenger's name was dyspeptic, if I said it right. And I was like, what the heck does that word mean? So I looked it up, and it refers to indigestion and the subsequent irritability and depression that you get when you have indigestion. And I know that all too well.
Especially the McBlaster part. Like, why?
Why not?
Such a great name. Like it's incredible. And also when Bugs is narrating his own fight and the champ is all confused, just the acting, the animation acting of that scene just gets me every time. He's like going, "Oh, Bugs is like, whoa, what, where, how, what?" Just incredible. Just incredible. So many great scenes here. It's an absolute classic. And look, I'm going to give my rating for this one already. It's a solid 9 out of 10. I just love this one so much. And yeah, look, nostalgia will play part of it, to be sure, but it just works so well. And don't feel bad if you rate it lower, but how would you rate this one?
Yeah, I'm going to rate it a little lower. I mean, it's still a great cartoon. Before I give the ratings, just 2 quick things I want to mention. You're talking about like how great the animation was when he was confused. I love the perspective that Jones chose when the champion threw Bugs into the ring. So like he throws him from the hole into the ring and then he lands. I love what they did with the little perspective shot they did.
Me and my big mouth.
Of course, it's always great to hear Billy Bletcher. Unfortunately, you don't hear him that much as we get to the 50s. As for my rating, I would say 8.5 out of 10. Still a very solid short. I don't love it nearly as much as you, even though I did grow up seeing it, but it's still a very funny short and one of the best sports-related shorts the studio ever made.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. And I will point out as well, I do like the crowd in the beginning with all those heads. Like I'll put it up on slow motion. It just looks really, really weird. Just everyone's just rah, 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 rah. It just looks very strange, very strange. But makes it short even funnier. So we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much as always, guys, for watching these reviews. Feedback is always welcome. And until next time, take care.
See you around, Doc.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue with this picture. And, confidentially, that film didn't exactly break.